Alright guys, Egyptian Black Friday massacre kills over 200 people. Of course, this is happening a day after Thanksgiving, a day where you give celebrations for the harvest time. I like to call it harvest givings because it's really the celebration of the harvest and yielding a lot for this year. But Thanksgiving is also cool too. But this is breaking news. For some reason, they said it was 2 hours ago. Breaking news. It says that the death toll. And okay, I don't know if this is the same death toll or whatever. But this happened at least 11:18 Eastern Standard Time. And it's just savage. Just overall savage, man. Of course, Women's March is talking about this. 200 people died. Wow, just savage, man.
Mosque in the Sinai Peninsula has left at least 235 people dead and more than 100 wounded. We're hearing reports that the attackers even opened fire on the ambulances trying to get the wounded to the hospital.
How do you open fire on ambulances? Like, man.
President Trump a short time ago weighed in, tweeting, "Horrible and cowardly terrorist attack on innocent and defenseless worshipers in Egypt. The world cannot tolerate terrorism. We must defeat them militarily and discredit the extremist ideology that forms the basis of their existence." And
uh-oh, he said defeat them militarily. So he's going to use this attack to actually, I don't know, invade the Middle East and probably take all their oil, bomb innocent people. You kill people to stop the killing. That's the whole American motto when it comes to like war and stuff like that. Pretty horrible idea, but hey, what do I know about it? It seems that this attack happened earlier. Maybe even 5 hours ago, give or take.
Quote. CNN's Ian Lee is following the story from Jerusalem. So, Ian, what is the latest?
Well, Frederica,
that waiting period, I wonder, is he waiting to just, is the internet access slow over there? Like by a few seconds? I don't know.
Appears to be the deadliest terrorist attack to hit Egypt, at least in the Sinai, when this militants attacked this mosque when worshipers were going for midday prayer. We're hearing from state media that at least 2 explosions went off, and when people fled the mosque, that's when militants also opened fire. And as you said, when ambulances were coming to ferry the injured and dead away, they ambushed the ambulances as well, and that death toll, we've been watching it. It's been rising over the course of the day. We're expecting it to rise further. Now, Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi convened...
All right, so it says right here that the military withdrawed $290 million of aid from Egypt, which President Trump was talking all this rah-rah stuff about helping Egypt and stuff like that. But you withdraw this money from them. Now, I don't know if that have any, like, point to, like, the whole massacre or whatever. But this is Egypt's Black Friday massacre.
In an emergency session of his Security Council to discuss this latest attack, he announced 3 days of mourning. We're expecting him to make a statement later. Those injured, though, were taken to local area hospitals as well as Cairo. Among the dead were also women and children, Frederica.
Just savage. Just savage. All right, so at least 200. So let's do the math. At least 235 people have died and 109 people have gotten injured. That's a little over, let's see, 344 people who have gotten at least shot. That's the mark, at least shot by now. So they shot over 300 people. Now, we do not know how many culprits it is, if it's a mass group or whatever, but this is a mass killing. Oh, okay. First. Wow, okay. So a little over 300 people got shot, over 100 people, over 200 people to be exact, got killed. Okay. Just the mass killing in this world. Just sickening. The mind-boggling mass killings and shootings and murder. The Egyptian Black Friday Massacre. Just, that's what it is. Oh, man. Okay. Now, I wonder, will Donald Trump reissue the whole Muslim ban or take influence to reissue the whole Muslim ban after this? Because if he does, then he would have, I think, a lot of support or whatever. Look at the mass amount of bodies in red. Just bloody red, dead.
Agency reporting that 184 people are dead and 125 injured after a bombing and shooting at a mosque in Egypt. NBC's Ali Arouzi is monitoring the story from our London bureau. Ali, what do we know?
Ali.
Well, good morning, Steph. The details are still vague, but clearly this was a brazen attack on worshippers during Friday prayer. Now, Egyptian state TV is reporting 184 people have been killed and scores of others.
Friday prayer. So, if any of you know anything about Islam, usually people in Islam pray on Fridays for some explained reason that I do not remember. But usually they pray on Fridays instead of Sundays. I don't know when is their Sabbath or when they're supposed to take a break.
Injured in a gun and bomb attack in the packed Al Rawada Mosque in the volatile Sinai Peninsula area of Egypt. Now, those numbers have been going up all morning and are expected to rise even further. More than 50 ambulances ferried casualties from the scene to nearby hospitals after the attack. And Steph, it looks like a very well-organized attack by the perpetrators, who are obviously heavily armed. Associated Press was reporting that men in 4 off-road vehicles opened fire on worshippers inside the mosque during the sermon.
So 4 men shoot over 300 people, and they do it at a mosque. Could it be fair to say that they're not the same type of Muslim? Like, is this a Sunni or Shiite thing?
Which we can't independently verify as of yet. 2 eyewitnesses told Reuters that security forces there were also targeted, and the suspect militants were after the security forces that were attending the prayers as well. Now, no group has claimed responsibility for the attack, which appears to be the deadliest in the region so far. But Egypt has been targeted both by ISIS and Al-Qaeda in the past, and Egyptian security forces have battled Islamic State insurgency that has killed hundreds of police and soldiers in that country.
So Fox must be having a field day with this. It seems that it was a mixing of bombings and shootings.
And another one as well, a new terror attack overseas. Egypt's news agency reports at least 85 people killed after militants opened fire on a mosque in the Sinai Peninsula and also set off a bomb. Dozens of others reported injured. We're still getting details. Let's bring in Waleed Faris, Fox News national security and foreign policy expert. See you, Waleed. Difficult circumstances, but who better to ask about this than you? We have limited information, but when you hear about Islamic militants going into a mosque, killing a lot of people, and then going outside and opening fire, as I understand, in the middle of a sermon, this sounds like a horrific scene.
It's not just a horrific scene. By the way, the numbers, as far as I understand, are much higher. It's above 150, maybe more than that. We don't know. But what is happening is that this.
Yeah, this was definitely early because it definitely is higher. It's now over 200 people who died in this Egyptian Black Friday massacre.
Could be a turning point to have jihadists, as far as the Egyptian authorities and other Arab authorities are saying, attacking a mosque, massacring the worshippers, and not just one or two individuals. The mosque was surrounded by 4x4 cars with machine guns. So this is a military terrorist operation.
All right. So first we find out that it's four people. Now we know that it's 4x4 cars with machine guns that are overall killing people. All right.
The big question is why, and why against this mosque? Basically, there is a fight going on now in Egypt and in the Arab world between the moderates on the one hand and those jihadists. And this is one of the most important benchmarks I have seen so far.
Another important benchmark in terms of the fight against ISIS. President Trump yesterday talking to U.S. troops serving all around the world, giving them this Thanksgiving message. Listen.
We're really winning. We know how to win. But we have to let.
Wow. How articulate is he? He said we're really winning. We know how to win. That's like Little Uzi Ferb when he was in that Bad and Bouvie song. He said, "Yeah, you know we're winning. Yeah, we are not losing." Like, oh gosh. Mm.
Let you win. They weren't letting you win before. They were letting you play even. We're letting you win.
Overnight, I already heard some
Really?
criticism from some folks who don't like the president, saying, why is he saying that? When people close to the president say, in fact, he has unleashed the military to actually fight and, more than that, defeat ISIS.
Yes, in fact, there are two things at the same time, and let's put politics on the side. On the tactical level, there is no doubt about it. What has happened over the past 6 to 7 months, maybe 8 months, are tactical wins everywhere in Syria and in Iraq, wherever the United States helped local allies or the massive use of air force. ISIS has collapsed. That's a fact, and also in other parts of the world, including in Somalia. The big question is about what happened after ISIS is defeated.
I was thinking about Somalia. Somalia had a attack a little while ago where it seems that they actually had like over 200 people die or so forth. So yeah.
The problem that some critics are raising is that ISIS is replaced now by pro-Iranian militias in Iran, pro-Assad militias and pro-Hezbollah militias. So it is a win on a tactical level. What we need to see is the next strategic defeat of ISIS, meaning making sure that Iran is not going to take over instead of ISIS.
And Waleed, the other concern, when I talk to senior Trump officials, they say when you win on the battlefield, what can happen is a terror group like ISIS decides they're disbanding, so they'll go into smaller groups and launch smaller but still very horrifying attacks like the one we saw here in New York City on the bike path.
Well, absolutely. Actually, I would add even one more element. Even if we defeat ISIS and crush them in Syria, Iraq, Libya, Somalia, ISIS and the jihadists, maybe not just...
ISIS is like that Greek monster that if you cut one head off, it grows back two more. Like, that's how sick ISIS is. Like, damn. You just make more of them. Like, wow.
Only ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and others have already jihadists in the West. The battle against the jihadists in the West is different from the battle in that region. But again, the most important matter is who do we replace ISIS with? That's the strategic challenge to the administration, also to Congress as well.
Now, this comes as well as Vice President Mike Pence is planning to formally address Israel's parliament, the Knesset, during his...
This man right here looks like a chipmunk. Like, look at his fat lips. Look at his fat cheeks and everything. And look at his oval-shaped face. Kind of look like a chipmunk. A white chipmunk. And look at this palace. It looks beautiful. Why would they want to shoot something like this?
Visit to the Jewish state next month. What do you think about the vice president heading to the region at such a volatile time?
I think this is a very important journey. Not only he's going to be addressing the Knesset in Israel, because Israel is going to be confronted with a couple challenges, maybe three challenges. One is they will have to face Iran. Iran is moving in Syria, Iraq, and Lebanon. But also Israel may have an opportunity to have an Arab alliance with whom they can work, not just to fight against the terrorists, but also to provide a possibility for a new peace process between Israel and the Palestinians. So having the vice president at that moment there is very important. Let me add one thing, Ed. The vice president for the first time mentioned that he is going to ask questions about the Christian minorities in the Middle East. That is something very new in U.S. foreign policy.
Last question, Waleed. I wonder if the vice president's trip can help.
All right, so he's going to talk about the Christian minorities in the country, which is something you should talk about because a lot of Christians are being persecuted in the Middle East, and nobody seems to talk about it.
Lay the groundwork, as you say, for at least an effort at Mideast peace. We've heard a lot from the president, high expectations.
Mideast peace.
Kushner leading the effort. As we head into the new year, this is obviously a very volatile time in the Mideast. What do you think are the prospects, the real prospects for peace?
That's a very good way to put it. Real prospects for peace, not just envoys and conferences and talks. We had that for the last 30 years. But what is happening right now is something very new, and I see some significant
militants,
which is Arabs are readier than before, and the Arabs who have not signed a peace treaty with Israel. Not
is readier a actual word?
Talking about Egypt or Jordan or even the Palestinian Authority. I'm talking about Saudi Arabia, the Emirates, and talking about the other countries in the region who have an interest in closing that file with Israel so they could be all together in the Middle East with the United States against the real threat, which is the jihadists and Iran.
Waleed Faris, bring us some important information.
All right, so I'm going to stop it right here. I just think it's terrible that the land of the pharaohs is finally going to be bulldozed by bombs. Like, come on, man. Come on. Bombs perpetrated by a misunderstanding of the Quran. Like, come on, guys. We can't have our Muslim brethrens killing our other Muslim brethrens. It's just getting out of control here and just disgusting. Now, please leave a like, share this video, post it wherever you want. Leave a comment if you have anything to say. And let's pray for Israel. Let's pray for Egypt. Let's pray for the Sudan, everybody. All right. Peace out.